Hey friend, welcome back to day 5 of our sourdough starter journey. So, super excited. Hope y'all are following along. This is, I don't know, I'm just like totally geeked out over this. But here we have our starter. Today is 5 days old. So, super exciting stuff. I don't know if you can see, I try to show each day so that way you can see maybe some of the differences that are going on. Let me pull this down and maybe you can see a little here. And as of right now, I just use these markings just as to kind of give an idea. I don't check the measurements to see if they match up with anything, but it's a line and that's where we're to. So, all right, so we're going to take her little bonnet off and okay, we're still smelling the same as the past few days. It's still just very earthy. So, and let me see if it's, okay, and we're still doing it kind of falls down to whichever side and kind of bulges. See that? And I don't see any liquid on top or anything going all fuzzy, because fuzzy is not good. We don't want pink and we don't want fuzzy. So we are going to give her a little stir. So I'm going to show you all. I try to show you here so that way you can see it's just like kind of gel, like a gel, kind of like a little thick gel on top. And it kind of reminds me of like dried like cornmeal gravy. I don't know if that'll even resonate with anybody, but that's what it reminds me of whenever you let it cool, and that's what it looks like. So let's see. I'm gonna stir first, and then I don't hear any bubbles like we heard yesterday. I don't hear any of that, but it still kind of pulls from the jar pretty cleanly, like right there. I don't know if you can tell if that's picking up real well. I'm trying to line it up as I spin it, but you can kind of see it pulls away pretty clean. So whether that's good or bad, I really don't know, but just gonna let you know. That's what we've got on day 5. So we are going to stir it up and then discard half, and then we're going to feed, and we're going to do 60 grams of water. And again, it's about 68, 69 degrees in my house right now. And so I took the water and stuck it in the microwave for like 8 seconds just to knock the chill off. Don't get it like boiling or anything like that, but just to knock the chill. And we're going to do 60 grams of water and 60 grams of the whole wheat flour. I'm using whole wheat until we get this completely established. I'm not sure, some people go to all-purpose, but I'm just gonna stick with this because we still have a lot in our bag. And I wanna think I paid like $6 for the whole bag. So it wasn't really that bad. So I'm gonna stay with it because it seems to be doing pretty well so far. And hopefully this turns out and we'll do another experiment just doing all-purpose flour and see, because I know that is a little cheaper and more readily available for everybody. So stick around. We'll do one for that too, because I'm very interested in seeing like what the difference is. But let me discard half and I'll be right back. So again, I made another mess of the sides, but we'll clean it up and go right on. But another reason that we are discarding or throwing our discard in the garbage is it's still not safe to use. So I think once it's actually safe for us to use, then that'll be our next step. But for now, it all goes into the garbage. So I'm not sure what you could use that for safely, so we're not using it for anything. Okay, so I have, let's see how much we got. Let me try to scrape down because, yeah, I got it absolutely everywhere. But let me try to scrape some of this down, and that way we can kind of get an idea as to how much is in here. Because I just eyeball half, I didn't weigh it. So, and that's another reason why I just use those little lines, is just to give me an idea as to how much we're starting with. So I know roughly when I've got about half. So when it comes to the actual feeding part, I don't go on those at all. I hope that makes sense. Okay, now we are down actually a little under 100, so I got rid of a little more than half, but we're gonna be okay. So now we are going to feed her. So I'm gonna move y'all down so you can see how this goes. Okay, can you see there? I think, okay, I think we're good. And I went ahead and got me some paper towels out this time so I didn't have to like run back and forth for those. So, see, we're gonna place our jar down and we'll do our flour first. It doesn't matter, it's just a thing because I normally make a mess with the flour. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to do 60 grams. Oh, never fails. Okay, so I'll scoot that over there. Okay, so we're on 37. Pop that in there. Okay. And this kind of reminds me of like mixing baby bottles. But anyway, we're at 56. Okay, 60. Perfect. Okay, so we're at 60, and now we're going to add our water. I'm just gonna knock that in there. I don't think it's gonna be enough to actually make a difference. Okay, so now we're gonna tear it back out to where it's not weighing any of this stuff. And then we're going to add our water. Whoop. Well, that'll never happen again. Okay. And there's actually still some left in there. So that was just luck. Okay, now scoot this disaster over here. And now let's stir this up. Let me see so I can show you all. Here we are. I'm going to stir this up, and again, make sure that you get all of the dry flour and water mixed together so there's no dry flour left whenever we put her to bed. So mix all of that. We're still mixing and messing. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to get me another jar at some point. Okay, so we've got, yeah, because I can only get so much scraped off this.
You talking to me?
Yes. Scrape down here. Hang on, I'll show you. I just kind of go like this in the center, trying to keep as much of it off the spatula that I can. That way we're not wasting any more than we absolutely have to. So then this still has some dry on it, but we're mixed really well down in there. And I'm going to take this, let's see, and just grab some water and just get around here where I can, to where there's not a whole lot of the flour left, just kind of hanging around. So, and that was where the the dry flour was. So now it's wet and mushy. Okay. Let's do it one more time. And see how it looks a little better now. And then I'll go up around the top in just a second. But this jar is really nice because I can get my hand in there a little anyway. But let's get it away from the top. And one more just to dry this off a little. Okay. That looks a lot better. Now it's still dried, but there's no just raw flour. Well, I guess it's all raw, but you know what I mean. There's no just dry flour. There we go. So now this is where we are, and we are almost to the 200 again. So we'll use that again whenever we come back tomorrow. And let's stick our back up here, just kind of right at the top of where that is, so we can kind of keep an eye on it. And then stick our little bonnet back on, tuck her back in, and I'll see you tomorrow.